Good day, and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. I don't know about the rest of you, but I am super, uber pumped for Wheel of Time coming out this Friday on Amazon Prime Video. I am so excited, so I want to talk a little bit about 5 things that I want to see happen in this series, or 5 things that I want to see brought to the screen within this series. Now, these are not things that will necessarily be part of Season 1, but I hope to see them eventually in the TV show. So if you want to know what 5 things I want to see in this series, stay tuned. That's coming right up here on Drew's Book Reviews. Alright, so let's talk about 5 things that I want to see happen with the Wheel of Time TV show eventually at some point in the series, even if it's not in the first season. So there's so much hype about the Wheel of Time. There's a lot to be excited for. It is a fantastic book series, and I am so excited to finally see it coming to the screen on Amazon Prime Video. So these are things that we didn't already see in the trailer, essentially. So some aspects of the show that definitely happen later on in the storyline, probably past first season, to be honest. But let's talk about that. Okay, so the first thing that I want to see in this show is Rand channeling and going mad with Luz Theron Telamon in his head. I want to see how they pull that off. I want to see how they drive his character mad in the whether it's the first season or into the second. I just want to see this. We didn't see any Rand or male channeling within the previews for the show that we've seen so far. And I really want to see this happen, and I definitely want to see Rand al'Thor go mad as he becomes the Dragon Reborn. That is such a vital part of the story, and it would be so epic just to see that happen on the screen with Rand, especially with Luz Theron in his head and the battle of the power between him trying to control it and this man in his head as he is the Dragon Reborn trying to control this power. That is just something that really I think we need to see come across in the screen well and effectively. So I really hope that they do that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that comes off in the show, because that'll be so exciting to see. The second thing that I really want to see in the show is the Shan-Chan and their Damane, the leashed ones as they're referred to. The Shan-Chan are this force that is invading the world and is this massive threat, and they've got these Aes Sedai on leashes basically and controlling their power and forcing them to do their bidding, and that would just be a fantastic part of the show that I really hope we get to in this series. So let's hope that this series is the success we all want it to be, because we want to see that, or I want to see that happen in this series. I want to see the Shan-Chan unleashing the power of the Aes Sedai through their Damani and their leashed ones. I want to see this happen, and I want to see them wreak havoc on the world with this threat. That would just be amazing to see, and I really hope that they do get that into the show, because it's such an important part of the show, and I really do want to see that. So number 3 that I really want to see happen within this TV show is I want to see the Aiel and Rudion. This formed a pivotal role in the show, or in the books. That was a very pivotal and important part of the storyline, especially with the Aiel and Rudion and the sacred city to the Aiel. And there's so much importance that happens and is tied to that city that I want to see the Aiel and Rudion. I want to see the events that transpire in that city, and I really don't think that this is something we would see in the first season for sure, but I want to see it happen. I expect we might not see something like that until maybe the 3rd season, but I want to see it happen. It's such an important part of the story, and it would be so epic to see that happen, and the events that happen with the snakes and the ladders and the Aelfin and the Eelfin and all the crazy stuff that goes on there would be so interesting to see how they portray that on the screen. And I really hope we get to see that eventually with this show, because that is such an important part of the story, and it will just be fun and entertaining. I want to see Rand get branded with the serpents or the dragons on his arms when he goes into Rudion. And I want to see this come to the full front of the story and just explode from there, basically, because between the Aiel and the different nations of the world and the Shan-Chan, there's a lot going on, and it would be so epic to see that. And of course, one of the other aspects of this show that I really hope we get to see, we've already seen the Waygates, but we have not seen the Ways. I want to see the Ways and our characters going through the waves, which is this basically this magical transport corridor that cuts travel time down in this magical realm, essentially. But it's also tainted by the dark forces of evil, the Machin Chin, the dark wind that seeks to devour and destroy all who pass through the ways, and even the Trollocs and Darks, the spawn of the Dark One, Dark Friends, and they're afraid of the ways. And it's just this terrifying place. It wasn't always like that, but it was tainted after the Dark One was unleashed in the world, basically. And it's just this epic realm, and it's such a vital role to this, such a vital role of the story is part of the ways and everything that goes on in there. And like I said, we've seen the waygates in the previews of the show, we've seen that in the trailers, but we haven't seen the ways themselves. And that is such an important part of the show. So I really hope we get to see the ways in this show. I want to see that happen. I want to see how they portray the ways. That will be something of a lot of interest, I think, to a lot of fans. And of course, you can't have the ways without our trusty guide, Loyal, the Ogier. He was not in, at least not in any of the previews that I saw, and not in the initial trailer that I saw. I want to see more Ogier. I want to see Loyal, and I want to see how his character is portrayed within this series. I want to see him guiding our heroes through the ways. Loyal is such an awesome character, a fan favorite, and he's just a lovable book reading Ogier who is just trying to make it in the world like anybody else, but he's such a lovable character. He's like a big teddy bear. And Ogier, I mean, they're scary when they're mad, but Loyal is just like a big teddy bear, and he's loyal too, to boot, which kind of fits the name. I want to see Loyal in this series. I want to see him guiding our heroes through the ways. So those are 5 things that I want to see from the Wheel of Time TV series, and I am hoping this series lasts for a long time and we get these aspects put into the show. I want to see it happen. I can't wait to see it. I really look forward to this show. It is going to be so good. I am so excited about that. I'm so excited about the live streams happening with this show, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out in the end. So there you have it, 5 things I want to see from the Wheel of Time TV show. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Join me on my Discord. Join me on my Bookstagram. That'll all be linked below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep on reading. Bye.